Tonight, we turn to the question of jobs, and with us are two experts, Professor Donald Wright of the Fact-Based University and Dr. Hugo Rong of the Center for Keeping You in the Dark. Let me start with you, Professor Wright. What's the core economic problem right now, jobs or the federal debt? We have a jobs crisis, Jim, not a budget crisis. While it's important to deal with the national debt over the long term, this isn't the time for budget cuts. First, we've got to get jobs back. Dr. Rong, do you agree?
No. We'll get jobs back by shrinking the government.
Professor Wright? Cutting government now only adds to the jobs problem. It means fewer teachers, firefighters, police officers, fewer government contracts for rebuilding roads and bridges and airports, fewer unemployment benefits. Instead, we need a jobs program that gets Americans back to work, rebuild the nation's crumbling infrastructure, create new sources of green energy, and with them, green jobs. We create the WPA and Civilian Conservation Corps to hire the long-term unemployed.
That's absurd. Where will the money come from? Government is broke. Government is the problem, not the solution. Get government out of the way.
In every slump over the last 75 years, we've relied on government spending to help revive economic growth because consumers can't, and businesses won't hire without customers. Government spending on World War II got us out of the Great Depression. We ended up with a huge debt, but we grew our way out of it.
That's baloney. Government always makes things worse.
Oh, yeah? What about your federal student loan? Where would you be without that?
Well, I needed it.
And what about Social Security and Medicare? Where would your parents be without them?
They should be out on the street.
And what about the time you lost your job? Where would you be now without unemployment insurance?
I'd be out on the street.
And don't you benefit from public highways and national defense and public parks and public education? Don't you need health, safety, and environmental regulations?
I don't. You're a socialist. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You see, he doesn't know what he's talking about. We need government, especially now, when the private sector can't create enough jobs, when more than 20 million Americans are unemployed or underemployed. Government has to restore growth and employment. If it doesn't, the national debt only grows worse as a percentage of the national economy, and a huge number of American families suffer unnecessarily. Don't listen to these ideologues who hate government, our government, and will do anything to dismantle it, even if that drives the economy into the ground. We'll have to stop right there. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on our show, where we hear from both sides, right and wrong, and let you be the judge.